Welcome to FitBody Lifestyle, the show where we dive deep into the world of fitness, health, business, relationships, and the art of living a balanced life. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Greg, and we're here to give you the benefit of our experiences in the fitness and bodybuilding industry, the corporate world, running a business, personal development, and building healthy relationships.
Whether you're sweating it out in the gym, hustling in your business, or seeking balance in your everyday life, you're in the right place.
So lace up those sneakers and grab that water bottle, and let's get ready to transform our minds, our bodies, and our lives.
We are so excited to announce the 2025 FitBody Fusion Athlete Summit happening in Phoenix, Arizona on Saturday, February the 8th.
This is your chance to learn from the best in the industry, get hands-on posing critiques, and network with fellow athletes.
You'll hear from top pro athletes and get expert advice on everything to get you competition ready and recovered post-show.
Don't miss this opportunity to work one-on-one with FitBody Fusion coaches and even take home some awesome goodies and giveaways while you're at it.
Everyone is welcome, so register now at fitbodyfusion.com and join us on February 8th in Phoenix, Arizona.
Can't wait to see you. Hello, FitBody Lifers. Welcome to another episode of our Fusion Hack. And today we are joined by, of course, my lovely love of my life, Jamie D, and Mr. Drew Brannon, trainer, FitBody Fusion, trainer, coach, educator, all-around good guy. I think is that what we decided? Okay, that's the title. I'll come up with a good acronym for that. Okay. So we had a full episode on progressive overload and kind of talking about that stuff. That really was in the Day Mind One set is how that was packaged, and we got a little bit deep into progressive overload. Not that we couldn't go deeper, but for that episode we went deep.
Yep.
Today we're going to kind of build on that in this little fusion hack with how to manage your progressive overload.
So we're really trying to, and I'm really encouraging the viewers and athletes to, I want to say, take a little more ownership within their training and be more in tune with their training. In turn, like, it's going to make you a better athlete and be able to report back to your coach, even with even more amazing, insight as to how your training is going and tracking your progression. So it kind of starts off with encouraging athletes to set the expectation for that session. And just spending some time, whether it's while you're eating your pre-workout meal or mixing up your pre-workout supplements or whatever you do within your regimen, to just really remind yourself and your goal setting and your expectations for that session. And then from there, I am encouraging the girls to write out their workouts and get it off the app, put it in the logbook, and just be in tune with your sets and your reps and what you're feeling. I'm starting to feel my back after 3 reps on a dumbbell RDL. My shoulder is bothering, whatever's going on. Don't just check the boxes, but critically think and critically report back, in your journal or whatever it is that you're using to track, what is going on in that session. And then if you continue to see the same thing happen, make sure to bring that up to your coach. But at first, I think, take a step back, set your tone, and from there, log some stuff.
I would just put it simply as this. Think about your plan, then execute the plan, then do your after-action review.
Right.
And you can do some of the after-action review while you're executing in between sets. If you need to note something, hey, on this particular movement, at this particular poundage, I lost connection or whatever it is that you take. But if there's one regret that I have as an adult is that I didn't pay more attention to journaling, to logging things, to making historical references when I was younger. And I'm now just reliant on my memory, which is not that good. So I have to think about what I did and when I did it. That historical reference becomes so important for context and not necessarily for saying, oh, well, I did it this way on Tuesday, and so I'm going to be able to do it every day. It's more just to have that recognition and that context of, okay, I've experienced this before, or I have not experienced this before. And so that historical data can be so informative and so helpful to your progress.
Well, and I want to add, it's really about setting your intention also. Mm-hmm. So, the historical record, of course, is important. And then you can utilize that to then set the intention for the workout, right, which is what you're wanting them to do is to prepare their mind, their body, to go into the gym focused and with intent so that then they're getting the most out of each and every workout. So if they've noticed something in the past on a particular exercise, maybe there's a note when they've written out their workout, pay a little bit more attention to this particular area that they've noticed.
Yeah. And, as athletes also get deeper in prep, there's some days you just wake up in prep and you just know it's going to be a tough day. And, but maybe
Even not in prep.
Right. Well, and maybe 2 weeks goes by and you look back in your logbook and you're like, man, my weights were low, but you see at the top, like rough day in prep, for example. Well, it's just critically thinking, just being really not just checking the boxes. We don't just go in, okay, and just go through the motions, but be present when we're training. Don't train, just to train and say, oh, I did my training session today, good job, athlete. No, like really maximize that training session. And the more, feedback you can give yourself going into the next session is gonna be better. So like, I'm a huge fan of like pluses and minuses. So literally I'll get done with the top set. You can just write +3. And then I know that when I got done with that last top set, my emotion for that set was I thought I could do 3 more. Right? I'm not going to do 3 more, right? Because I'm sticking within my rep and set scheme. But now I know the next time I get to that movement, I'm going to challenge myself on my weight because I thought I could get 3 more. It doesn't take us hardly any time to just write a +3, +2, +1, whatever, data we need to give ourselves moving forward.
I feel like it also brings you into the present moment, and like you said, instead of just going in and, doing whatever it is on the list and kind of mentally checking out and just going through the motions, it's making you critically think.
Yeah.
How many could I have gotten? And it's like you said, it's not very time consuming. No. It's just that critical thinking of, staying present and making sure that you're optimizing. And, it's so funny, we've had athletes before that, they're going through the motions and they're, they're putting in their weights and things like that. And maybe they come out and in person and you challenge them and then like, you could have done twice that, but you didn't take that moment just to pause and go, okay, how challenged was I?
Right.
Did I have more gas in the tank? Do I need to see if I can load a little bit more next time?
Absolutely. I like another thing with monitoring your progress in the gym is getting off your phone. I think just getting off your phone, not scrolling through Instagram, it's tough where everybody's busy. I know that, but like that little D&D feature is something I'm trying to get more comfortable using for myself. But I think specifically in the gym, that is your time as an athlete, right? And I think so many times athletes put everything else before themselves, whether it's social commitments or, needing to speed up or cut out workouts so they can be done a little bit early. And something I challenge my athletes, like that's your time for you. And if you're not taking care of you, how are you going to take care of anybody else? So just D&D for that hour, 75 minutes, whatever it takes to get your workout in, be present in that moment, give yourself a little bit of context with how sets went, how exercise felt. Because if we're continuously feeling an extra, we're feeling your back in a hinge variation, I need to know that. So as a coach, then I tell the girls, if it happens twice, make sure to let me know, right? If it happens once, question mark, felt low back, question mark, question mark, question mark. That's the type of notes that I leave myself. Well, if you get through it that same session the next week and you still have that same and you flip back, that has to go in your check-in. I can tell you what I'm going to say. Make sure to send me a video of that moving forward and we'll kind of figure out what's going on. Do you need a different movement? Is it being done poorly? I don't want you going 3, 4, 5 weeks with this and developing a poor movement pattern. When we saw 5, 6 weeks ago, you were in the moment. You recognized there was an issue that could have been addressed sooner.
Right. And I just to really emphasize that every time I've had an injury, it was because I was not paying attention to what had happened historically.
Right.
And so, hey, my back was a little sore on this, my back was a little sore on that. And this happened progressively, but I didn't note it. So I didn't have a baseline. And so then when I got to that point of injury, then, okay, it's too late. Right. So as the old saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And so make sure you're present in this because it's the difference between training and training for purpose. So.
Well, and I did want to bring up one other thing we've found in some cases using the app, because we do use an app for training. For some people, that just being on the phone like that can be distracting. I probably would put myself in that category.
Yeah.
Because even on Do Not Disturb, I feel like there's so many things on our phones now that draw our attention away. So if and some people are fine with it and some people aren't. So it's like if that's something you notice about yourself, maybe talk to your coach. Can I do a logbook instead? Or, or you can always enter everything in afterwards too.
Right. And I go back to my onboard phase. I'm trying to tell my girls, like, hey, when we get through our onboard phase, I want you using our app. There's videos in there that we're recording, like my voiceovers. Listen to them, watch them, please, before sending me videos of something that looks nothing like the video. And then once we get through that phase and I'm kind of signed off on your training, then switch over to that logbook. But if they have to be in tune with themselves and, journaling and kind of communicative, is that a word?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a word.
Good. Back to us within their check-ins if something comes up that we aren't able to catch in the app. So that's the one thing you just kind of really have, like Jamie said, talk with your coach, come up with a strategy and a game plan and rock with it.
And it's different for everybody.
That's right. I was just going to say, there is no one right way. There are different ways to attack this and to find out what works best for you. And so, if being on the phone is distracting you, and it's so easy, the DND is a really good thing, at least to silence all the other stuff. And if you just have that one app, but if you find yourself, okay, I'm in my training app, and I'm going to go over to Instagram, I'm going to go to my email, I'm going to go to this.
I'll see notifications, those little red notifications on different apps and things, and I'm like, and I just automatically click it, and I'm like, no, it's not time for that right now.
Right.
And I agree that training must be sacred. That should be your time. And both from a individual perspective, from a leadership perspective, I'll just tell you that most people don't take time to think. And that is not, I'm not counting time to think being in the gym. I'm counting time in the gym as time in the gym.
Right.
But carve that time out for you. And if it's a busy day and, look, I can't get through my whole training, half of your training done is better than none of your training done, or all of your training done half-ass is not as good as doing half your training completely present and focused. So I think we would all agree with that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So we are done with this fusion hack. Drew, thank you.
Yes,
Jamie,
thank you.
Thank you.
Greg, thank you.
What's that?
Greg, thank you.
I'm not going to thank myself, but thank you.
thank you.
I appreciate that. And everybody else, remember to like, comment, subscribe, leave your comments and reviews. I guess I said comment twice, and that's okay. Repetitive is always good.
Lots of comments.
Lots of comments.
We're going to say it multiple
times. Remember the 3 Bs. Be good to yourself.
Be good to each other.
And be safe. Take care, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to FitBody Lifestyle. We hope today's episode has left you feeling motivated and equipped to tackle your fitness goals, business challenges, and the daily dance of life. Remember to value progress over perfection. Life's tough enough alone. Find the chosen family around you to help you along the way.
If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite streaming platform. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at FitBodyFusion.